All right, what's going on, guys? It is a Monday. And guess what? Monday Night Raw tonight. We'll talk about that in a moment. Big news is this morning I watched Andre Corbeil's channel and he announced that he has inside information. AJ has signed a 3-year contract with TNA. Now, with all this being said, you got to understand this. TNA does their taping so far in advance. In the first, I think, 2 weeks of January, we're going to see AJ on TV where there's a situation with him and Magnus. Um, and then we'll possibly see AJ gone for quite some time because of the TV tapings. And AJ has a commitment outside of TNA right now because he didn't have a contract. If he does, or indeed did sign with TNA, it may be a few months before we see him after the January airings of AJ coming back to TNA. But this is great news for TNA. I thank Andre Corbeil for giving me this information. As I told him this morning, I was reading all the sources earlier this morning, and they all said that there was no way, they were nowhere near a deal, that they were so far apart that Dixon didn't even want to sign AJ to the same amount of money that he originally had in his last contract. But for TNA to lose AJ Styles is like losing TNA because AJ is TNA. Okay, moving onward, and I want to thank Andre Corbeil again, uh, once again for that information. Moving onward, WWE Raw tonight. It's the go home show for TLC pay per view this coming Sunday. Um, Now we have the Slammys tonight, so that's going to take up. There's like 11, at least about 11 Slammy awards given out tonight throughout the Monday Night Raw show. Um, to me, this is a go home show for the TLC pay per view, which is not that strong as it is. Um, Really, the biggest thing on the card, and I know a lot of people would differ, is it's John Cena and Randy Orton for the unified title match. But any unified title match is big, regardless who the participants are in it. Um, Now, there's speculation that John Cena is going to give Randy Orton another beatdown this week. So that would be 2 weeks in a row, guys, that John Cena ends up beating down on Randy Orton. And what this leads me to believe, and I give you my opinion as truthful as I see it, is if Cena again has 2 weeks in a row advantage over Randy Orton, I honestly see John Cena losing at TLC. Now, my opinion, between the two competitors, regardless of people that aren't involved in it, that should be involved in it, but because it's Cena and Orton, John Cena, in my eyes, should become the unified champion just for everything he does in the WWE. Randy Orton's a boring, robotic imbecile. He's got an ego that's off the charts. What he's done behind the scenes with the divas, um, and other wrestlers in the locker room, his drug policy failures. How can you actually put Randy Orton as face of the WWE and the Unified Champion? But then again, as storylines go, maybe in some aspect, John Cena is going to be screwed at TLC, probably by Triple H, which could form possibly a feud. I don't know. But anyway, this is the only match that's really intriguing because we have CM Punk going up against the Shield, 1 against 3. We have Daniel Bryan going up against the Wyatts 1-on-3. I don't see both CM Punk and Daniel Bryan losing um, at these pay per views. I believe one will come out on top. I'm not sure which one will come out on top, but I don't see the WWE having, both single guys against a trio as opponents, both losing. Somebody's going to win somewhere along the line. Other than that, the card is not all that strong. Um, Sandow and Langston for the Intercontinental belt. I see Sandow probably coming out on top of this, and if he does, it's about time he got pushed. Unfortunate for Biggie Langston, but I think Biggie Langston, you know, people were believing in him already. I think they're believing in him more than they do Ryback. So um, I think Langston can lose this match and still look strong. Divas, I'm not going to get into that. I mean, this card itself isn't the best, but it is the last pay per view of the year leading into the first biggest pay per view of next year, the Royal Rumble. Now, there's a lot of speculations going on there. I'm not going to get involved in that. But, you know, the Iceman here to give you his thoughts, his truthful thoughts um, on what he really sees that's going to happen. I'll tell you this much. It was so much easier to predict wrestling years ago, back watching the NWA and the early days of WCW and whatnot, because it was less storyline orientated. It was more about the matches. Nowadays, it's more storyline and less about the matches. So it's so unpredictable nowadays to really understand what's going on. And plus the fact, too, with disagreements with Triple H and Vince McMahon on what they think the outcome of matches should be. I mean, there are so many last minute changes for matches the day of the matches. I mean, uh, outcomes can change prior to a match being started. And that's just how things have been going in the WWE as of late. They're not doing all that great as far as their shows go. But again, it's the WWE. We like professional wrestling, so we'll watch. It's the same as far as TNA goes. You're a professional wrestling fan. You need to give all promotions the opportunity to show you what they can do. And if you are a true wrestling fan, you will watch. Yes, you have your opinion. You have a right to complain. You can say you like it. You can say you hate it. You can say it sucked. But as long as you watch it, then you have that right to make that opinion. But if you don't watch the show and you badmouth it, you have no rights at all to make an opinion on that promotion or that particular show. But anyway, Raw tonight. I don't expect it to be all that great. Like I said, you got the Slammy Awards. It's going to take up a lot of time. There's going to probably be a little bit of controversy in the Slammys just for the fact that the presenters and the winners, there might be a little controversy there. I don't know. I won't be seeing it until tomorrow. I'll be working late tonight, but I will watch it, and I'll give my thoughts and opinions on it thereafter that I do watch it. But anyway, tomorrow is Tuesday, and I'm going to enjoy my day off Tuesday because I haven't had a day off in 8 days, and the Iceman is looking forward to really just having a break, kick back, relax, and go from there. So again, the Iceman gives you everything that you need to know when he can. It's truthful, it's to the point. I don't sway things, I don't do things like other people do. I tell you what is the actual facts that I honestly believe in. I don't cloud things over with things just to make the channel look better. I just am who I am. And if you like me for who I am, then subscribe, like the videos. That's all I can tell you. Other than that, you know, I'm here on YouTube for me. And I'm here to help inform and entertain other people. And that's about it. It's a stress related thing. When you bust your ass day in and day out working, night in and night out, you need a sort of release. YouTube is that kind of release for me because I enjoy talking about professional wrestling and I enjoy interacting with all the people here that I've made friends with on here on YouTube, whether you're in the United States, Ireland, the UK, Australia, it doesn't matter. You're all my friends. I treat you all as equals. And, we just move on from there. So, everybody have a great, great Monday. Peace out. Enjoy Raw. And if Andre Corbeil's Got it right. AJ will be back in TNA. Peace out, everybody.